All right, we're gonna take a look at the post-fight fallout from last night, which was absolutely bonkers. It was absolute pandemonium. And if you missed the fight last night, stop what you're doing right now. Watch the entire fight. It is one of the greatest fights I've ever seen in my lifetime. You can watch it on various platforms. One of the greatest fights I have ever seen in my lifetime. In the main event, pound for pound, king of boxing Terence "Bud" Crawford dismantled, humiliated, and devastated Saul Canelo Álvarez. The fight was stopped in the 7th round. Crawford won by TKO. And honestly, it wasn't even close. Every single round was won by Bud. He could have won by knockout in the 3rd round. He could have won by knockout in the 6th round. And then in the 7th round, he just turned up the pressure, caught Canelo with an uppercut, and then just battered him mercilessly until the fight was stopped. It was awful for Canelo Álvarez, but glorious for Bud Crawford. And he is now officially the undisputed king of boxing. So let's dive into some of the fallout from this crazy night in Las Vegas. Check this out. This was the scene inside the MGM Grand Garden Arena last night. Canelo Álvarez was booed off the stage by his own fans. Take a look at this again. He's trying to acknowledge his supporters. They are absolutely furious with him. They're throwing plastic cups. They're yelling at him. This has never happened before in the history of boxing. Never have I seen a home fighter get booed off the stage by his own fans. And Canelo is in absolute agony right now. He doesn't know how to deal with this situation. And this video of him getting booed off the stage has gone viral. Here it is, right here. That's about all he's got. But his fans aren't having it. They want more. They demand more. They expected more. But he just stood there on the stage with no idea what to do. And then he just walked off. He wanted to walk off. This is how bad it was. So let's dive into some of the social media reactions to this. Check this out. From the face of boxing to the shame of boxing. This is another good one. Canelo got booed worse than a WWE villain. The clown dressed in red, white, and green should hang his gloves immediately. Worst performance by a Mexican boxer ever. Go home, Canelo. I can't remember the last time a fighter got booed off the stage like that. I'm so glad I was there live. Bud Crawford made sure Canelo didn't just lose a fight. He made sure he lost his damn mind. What a performance last night! And listen, you can't make this stuff up. Look at this. A reporter asked Crawford after the fight, what was going through your head when you saw Canelo getting booed by his own fans? And Bud gave a simple one-word response. Karma. Karma! How good is that? Bud Crawford is only 21-0. He is the new undisputed king of boxing. There is no one better than Bud Crawford right now. He is 1 pound, 4 pound. He is the man. And the thing about Bud Crawford is that he's humble. He's humble, and he's hungry, and he's determined. And he said after the fight, I told y'all many times, I'm not scared of nobody. So when people say I'm ducking somebody or I'm avoiding somebody, nah, it's just business. I'm not scared of nobody. I don't care who they put in front of me. I'm going to go in there and do what I did tonight. And that's the mentality of a champion. Now, here's the thing about Canelo. Canelo used to be the pound-for-pound king of the world. He was considered by many people to be the best boxer in the world. And I actually had Canelo ranked #1 for several years. I had him ahead of fighters like Floyd Mayweather. I really thought he was that good. But what we saw last night was not the Canelo of old. Last night, we saw a slow, deliberate, stiff, exhausted, mentally defeated Canelo. And it was absolutely horrific to watch if you are a fan of Canelo. This was not the Canelo that we have come to know over the years. Something is wrong with Canelo right now. We don't know if it's injury, we don't know if it's fatigue, we don't know if it's mental health, but whatever it is, something is wrong with Canelo Álvarez. And look at the comments from the fans. They know it. They're saying it. They're saying something is wrong. The passion is not there. He's slow. He's sluggish. He looks completely defeated in there. And I don't know what's going on with him. And I am hoping that he gets the help that he needs. Because watching him fight like this is not good for boxing. Now, I know there will be people in the comments saying that Canelo deserves this. He moved up to light heavyweight, challenged for the undisputed title, and you can't do that without facing adversity. And yeah, I get that. But this was beyond adversity. This was a total annihilation. This was a humiliation. This was a defeat that we have never seen Canelo experience in his professional career. And you have to give credit to Bud Crawford, because Bud Crawford came into this fight as a sizable underdog. He was the B-side. He was the challenger. And he knew that he was in hostile territory, but he had nothing to prove. All he had to do was win the fight. And he did that in spectacular fashion. He destroyed Canelo. And check this out. The WBC president was at ringside for this fight, and he announced right after the fight that Canelo Álvarez will not be stripped of his WBC super middleweight title despite losing the undisputed championship to Gummo Charlo earlier this year. The WBC says Canelo is dealing with personal problems. So maybe there is an excuse for his performance. Maybe he was not 100% focused on this fight. Maybe he was dealing with other issues in his personal life. But whatever it was, that's no excuse for fighting like that. And look at the social media reactions. People are merciless. They are just ripping into Canelo Álvarez right now. There's no sympathy. There's no mercy. They are just destroying him online. Here's a good one. There's no way Canelo comes back from this. His legacy has been tarnished forever. He will never live this down. This is another good one. I feel bad for Canelo's team. They must be disappointed in him. But one thing I admire about them is they will always make excuses for him. They are ride or die. Even if Canelo wins the next 5 fights, people will always bring up this performance. It was that bad. He has to retire to save his legacy. That was one of the most pathetic performances I've seen in a long time. I hope Canelo does the right thing and retires. But listen, here's the thing. If you're a fan of Canelo Álvarez, I don't blame you for feeling angry and betrayed. And if you paid for this fight, I feel sorry for you because you paid to see a great fight, but you got screwed. But at the end of the day, you can't deny that you witnessed greatness last night because Bud Crawford was magnificent. He was absolutely magnificent. And you have to give him credit. And whether you like it or not, Bud Crawford is the new king of boxing. And he is here to stay. Alright, that's all I got. Let me know what you think in the comments. Did Canelo deserve this treatment? Or was this a one-off and he'll bounce back in his next fight? Let me know what you think in the comments. And please smash the like button. Thank you so much for watching.